This is a tutorial for custom asset setup in USync. There's an update out now for USync. It's 1.0.1. This adds a new panel called Unreal Export Custom Asset, and it will make exporting much easier. We're going to set up these three assets today. Let's go to the shader tab and take a look at the material and the textures. So you'll see here that I actually have base color, normal maps, occlusion, roughness, and metallic. And this export supports all of these. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's select all of them, go to the USync panel, add custom properties, and we'll see it's added properties. And we'll see that everything is named correctly. We'll do rename asset to object. That's important for referencing. So assault rifle and knife. So something very important to keep in mind. On the left here, you'll see I zoomed in on the Blender screen. At the bottom of custom properties, you'll see asset name, and then it says assault rifle. This naming convention is very important for how USync works. On the right, you'll see Unreal, and you'll see that it says assault rifle for static mesh. And this is what USync pulls from. So it uses asset name and says, hey, Unreal, I want you to look for an asset that's called assault rifle. It will go through the whole project and find your assault rifle static mesh or blueprint, and then sync up all the locations. On the USync panel, let's go ahead and make sure we export false so they don't export. Let's take a look. Yep, all set to 0. Let's head over to the export custom asset. Make sure that you have your path selected. We're going to select each at a time and hit export selected. Don't do everything at once because there's a bug currently. As you can see, it creates a new collection called exported and puts them all in. Let's select them, hit period, and you'll see that they go to the center of the world. So let's go ahead and move them out. Now that they're moved and we can take a look at them, let's select them again. Let's make sure that they're all set to false to export. And now hit M and put it in props. And we take a look at the props area. We right click, mark as asset. Now go ahead and hide them. Go to unassigned and you'll see our assets are there. Some of the textures are a little weird. I'm not sure why it does that, but it comes over right. So move to props. Now let's go to Unreal and import. So open the content drawer, look for the area you want to import, right click, import. And let's select all of them, hit OK, import. And now you see the textures, material, and object are all there. So Control Shift S to save all. Let's open up the assault rifle. You'll see everything is there. Looks good, material is good, textures came over. Let's look at the material. As you can see, it linked up everything correctly without you having to do anything. The only thing that's missing is occlusion, and then you can drag that over if this is a painter texture. Now that it's all imported, let's go back to Blender and start laying out some of these objects. So all right, first thing, actually I'm going to do physics placement. I'm going to select this whole area. I'm going to go to the physics panel, add passive, then change the collision type to mesh once it's done cooking. Take a moment, it's a lot of objects. All right, hit mesh. All right, so let's go ahead and start placing some objects. I'm going to zoom in with hitting period on the numpad. Collapse this. Now I'm going to start dragging over the knife, the machine gun, the assault rifle. You'll see the textures look correctly there. For some reason, the asset library looks wrong. Let's select them, add active, and then reset the playhead because the timeline wasn't quite right. Okay, and then export true so that these are all exporting true. Let's Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. You can do Alt D as well if you want. That will do an instance. For some reason, I'm just so stuck on Shift D. So let's go ahead and do that again, over and over and over, till we get a bunch of guns. Now let's go ahead and play simulation. And now we have craziness. Once we like how much the solver has gone through the timeline, we can hit play, pause. Take a look at what we've done. Scrub through the timeline. Pick an area that we like, and then go ahead, apply all to rigid bodies. Go up to USync, export, and then hit the magic button sync. And there it is. All of your guns are placed. Well, that's it. Happy level designing.